Hey there, Cush here with another episode of Let's Unbox It, Cush. Today we're going to review a watch, a USA-made watch from Jack Mason, a brand founded in 2015 and headquartered in Dallas, Texas. But before we do that, we know that we're going to unbox this fantastic watch using your typical box cutter. This happens to be a classic Stanley 99E, also made in the USA. And this blade can be dangerous for those who are not equipped to handle it. So let's do a little safety review, shall we? There are four blade extension levels on this classic box cutter. This is level 4, the fully deployed blade. But you can dial it back all the way to level 1, where only a tiny bit of that blade is showing. And that's sufficient for most unboxings. With the blade fully extended level 4, if you cut yourself, you can go right down to the bone. If you slip up at level 1, just the little blade showing, you can slice your arm open, maybe get a dozen or so stitches, but by and large, you're going to make it just fine. So let's, before we proceed, because we are using a sharp blade, brand new blade, very sharp, very important to use a sharp blade. Let's have a little safety briefing. This safety briefing is important for everyone to review, but it's especially important if you've visited an emergency room within the last 60 days. You've visited an ER within the last 3 times or more within the last 12 months, or 3 if you're Ian Griffin. So listen up, folks. Let's get down to the unboxing, but let's remember safe unboxing is the best unboxing. Okay, we got our blade. Let's go ahead and get it open. Again, that's just level 1, sufficient enough to cut that typical boxing tape that we have on our boxes. And let's get it open. What do we got? All right, we've got a receipt for buying the watch, and we have inside a Jack Mason Seatrek automatic box set. Think of that, a box inside of the box. All right, let's get to it. First, it's very firmly in this box. Very nicely packaged with safety cardboard surround. The watch is firmly held in there, watch box I should say, firmly held in there with the cellophane stretch tape. Let's go ahead and cut that again with our blade, being very safe at all times. Get the plastic off. Let's set the boxing materials aside, and let's go ahead and take a look at this watch. Okay. And we have a nice high quality blue pattern box, a gold leaf for the Jack Mason logo on the front, foam padding on the inside where it touches the business end of the watch, the face of the dial. Let's take a look at that. We have here the Seatrek automatic. This is a recent watch offering classic dive watch style from Jack Mason. It features a Seiko automatic movement with a 41-hour power reserve. It's a terrific, reliable movement. Seiko's been making it a number of years, and Jack Mason has wisely made a deal with Seiko to feature this particular movement, featuring 24 jewels inside of the Seatrek automatic. So we said this is a box set. Why do they call it a box set? Well, first let's get the watch out. Let's take it off of its little holder. Let's go ahead and show that face. We have here on the dial a unidirectional aluminum dial bezel with 260 or so clicks around the horn of the dial there. We have super lumina coatings on the watch face. Again, a classic dive watch. It's rated to 300 meters. 300 meters for you and me in the US, that's about 984 feet. That's far deeper than most of people that wear a dive watch are going to go. We're going to talk about that more in a minute. So let's go ahead and take the plastic off of the protective plastic off of the watch band. We have a stainless steel band featuring a nice safety clasp. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's get the plastic off of here. Okay, the clasp. It's a nice beefy clasp. It has a safety feature that features that. And to open, you just pinch it and it opens. It has some extensions within the strap to adjust it to your wrist. For the few of us that'll be diving with a dive watch, might be wearing a wetsuit, that's very handy to get around the neoprene website around your wrist. Otherwise, after you've adjusted the band for your size, it's a nice watch that settles them beautifully on the wrist. Let's get the tag off of this. Okay. Okay, we've got the tag off. Set the box aside. Again, beautiful watch. Let's see what else is in the box. They call us a box set for a good reason. Should be somewhere here within the box. We have a flap that reveals a secret hidden drawer with a white little strap on it. Open the drawer, and what do we get? A nice surprise inside. Let's take that drawer fully out. We have our paperwork on the watch. Important to note, Jack Mason offers a full lifetime warranty on all of its watches. That's going to cover this as well. I assume the warranty's in that. We don't need to get to the paperwork in this review. A nice pouch here. Again, with a cord about your multi-purpose watch, because in addition to the stainless steel bracelet, they provide a neoprene rubber black stretch band for dives. And it has the easy change feature for changing from the bracelet to the watch band and from the band back to the bracelet. So let's take a look at a closer look at the watch. Got a nice black face, black bezel, anodized aluminum bezel. Let's hear the clicks. There's 240 clicks around the dial. Solid, good feature on the good feel on the clicks. The watch, of course, needs to be set. It's got a day window at the 3 o'clock position. Let's take a look at the back of the watch if we can. You could see the nice Jack Mason logo and all the important information that you need to know about this dive watch. So let's go ahead and take off the watch I'm wearing today and get this watch on the wrist and give it a twirl. See how it looks and feels on the wrist. Obviously, they sized this band for Godzilla. I'll have to remove, I don't know, half a dozen or so links later on. But I think it looks pretty nice on the wrist, and it feels terrific. It looks as good as any high-quality dive watch I have from Tudor or any other high-end Swiss brands. This USA-made brand featuring a Japanese, highly reliable automatic movement is sure to please any divers out there. And let's be honest, guys, not a lot of guys that buy dive watches are actually into diving. And that's a good thing, because diving is an inherently dangerous sport. So let's just review, if we will, one last time, our safety briefing. This is if you consider this as a diving watch and actually want to take it in scuba and take it down to the depths. It'll be good to about 984 feet. But let's remember, not probably a good idea if you've been to the emergency room within the last 60 days. If you've been to the ER more than 3 times in the past 12 months, probably not a good idea to go diving. Or if you're Ian Griffin, definitely not a good idea to go diving. Ian, just wear this as a fashion watch, and don't feel ashamed of that. It's safer that way. There are no sharp edges on the watch itself, even on the band. It shouldn't injure you in any way, just carrying it on your wrist, and it's good fashion tool watch for anything that you're wearing, no matter what you're doing above ground. And Ian, let's please stay above ground with this watch. So folks, that's it for Unbox It. Let's Unbox It, Cush. Thank you for joining us for this episode, and look to see you next time. I'm Cush, and let's unbox it.